Hey guys, it's Coach B. Wiley. If you're watching this live on TikTok, thank you for tuning in. If you're seeing this later on in the day on, what is today, Saturday? On Saturday, December 16th, thank you so much for watching and subscribing there. Am doing my Vlogmas, my version of Vlogmas on TikTok and on YouTube, which means I literally record every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, for the month of December. The videos will be as little as 30 seconds up to 30 plus minutes. My longest video has been 36 minutes so far. However, I missed 2 days. I missed 2 days because y'all, I was exhausted. I was run down into the ground. Not only do I have my coaching and my clients, I'm writing 3 books. And my side hustle is rideshare, and I have a child that I have to be present for, and then I have to be present for myself. Child was run down. So I did miss 2 days, but I'm here today to give you a live to make up for the 2 days that I missed. If you're tuning into this, feel free to like this video. It's all about dating and communicating. Today I wanted to answer some questions that you all asked me personally about your dating situation. So the first one is I got my laptop down here, so that's what I'm looking down at. The first question is, what do I do when my boyfriend wants a break from our relationship? You break. You break fast. If you're in a situation, let's say a dating situation, because that's what I do here. When you're in a situation to where your partner wants to have a break, first you want to ask, if they don't volunteer the information, like, why is it that you want to have a break? Because you want to be clear on why they need a break from you. Me personally, I say when someone wants to break, stay broke. Because if they're not willing to stay in the situation and fix the situation and try, both parties must try, right? If they're unwilling to put in that work, then what is the break really going to do? Sometimes when people break from a dating situation, it's because maybe they see something else that they like and they're trying to dip in and do it and then come back to you, so it won't be cheating or it won't be going outside the exclusivity of your dating situation. So if you're watching this, let me know where y'all from in the comments. Let me know where you're from in the comments. If you like it, like the video. Sharing is caring. If you like my video, that lets other people know who don't know about me who I be. So if you're just tuning in, I'm just answering questions about dating. And the first question is, what do I do when my boyfriend wants a break from our relationship? Like I said, you ask him why he wants a break. And if it were me, I'd be like, well, because I'm not into begging anyone to stay anywhere to where they don't want to be. So I will get a clear understanding about what needs to happen. And then I would offer a resolve and we would discuss. However, if he doesn't want it, if he's not into it, if he doesn't think he can do it, or if he's literally just unwilling, then you stay broken and you move on about your business, because it makes 0 sense to be on an on again, off again. Y'all guys watch Couples Court. It's on YouTube. So I think it's canceled. But I think they also have a new show. But Couples Court and Paternity Court are 2 shows that I watch heavily. And on those shows, those people will come in and be like, oh, we've been on again, off again for 20 years. On again, off again for 10 years. On again, off again for 5 years. Like, it doesn't make sense. And if people would just listen to the words that are coming out of their mouths, can you imagine, being 20 years old and then at 40, you're not married, you got 5 kids, and you're dating this dude on and off, and you got 3 kids by him and 2 kids by another dude, but you've been dating this one dude on and again, off again for 20 years. And some people wear it as a badge of honor, and it's just like, you're so invested in nothing. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what are you wasting and burning through 20 years for? What do you have to show for it? Other than, of course, your children, which are blessings. Outside of the kids, because everybody that's been on and off don't have kids. So outside of that, what do you really have to show forth the last 20 years of your life? Think of the last 20 years of your life. What have you done? What accomplishments have you made? What goals have you reached? You know what all you can do in 20 years? And if you're sticking with someone from 5, 10, 15, 20, even 2 years on and off, because some people be on and off for a year, and it's just like, what? So you have to really think about that when you're considering breaking up to getting back together again. At some point, you got to put your foot down and say, where is this going? What is the point of breaking up to come back together? Because what work have we really done? What have we really fixed? What is the end goal here? And if the end goal isn't to be with each other for a lifetime, if that's what you want, then why are we even doing this? It makes no sense. When dating, you got to make sense. Because if you're not making sense, you can't get mad at the guy when you're not getting the results that you want. All right. And I'm pulling these questions from Quora. If you guys have ever heard of Quora, Quora.com, it's a place where you can go and ask all kinds of questions. I'm on there. Just look me up, B Wiley. And I ask people questions. People ask me questions from all over the world. So another question is, can a person love someone? And some of these questions be off the wall. I'll just let y'all know right now. Some of these questions, I feel like this is shaking. Here, let me move that. Some of these questions just sometimes don't make sense. So what this person is saying, can a person love someone who has had many partners? So that means to me, can a person love someone who has been out here in these streets? You can love anyone. You can love the bark on a tree. You can love the cricket that keeps showing up in your backyard. You can love anything or anyone. You have to ask yourself, what do you love about this person? And what does the fact that they have many partners have to do with you loving them or not loving them? So if you know that in your mind, you're an unconditional lover, so it doesn't matter how many partners that they had, then that's on you. Sure, you can love them. However, if you're a person that you're embarrassed by someone that because you know they've been around the block a few times, and if someone were to find out, you would run and hide and or break up with that person and or lie about it, then you got to question, like, why do I care about what other people think? And why am I unable to love someone who has many partners? So can a person love someone who has had many partners? Sure, you can. However, you have to get down to the roots of why so many partners. A lot of men, this goes for men and women. You have to get down to the root of why is this man knocking down so many women? You got to get down to the root of why is this woman being promiscuous? And then you can go from there. When you love someone, you're loving who they are, not necessarily what they do. So you want to love them, their mental, their spiritual, their soul, their character. And then you have to then decide, why are they doing this? Did they do this because something happened to them as a child and they thought they had to do this to be cool, to be the cool man at school? Is she thinking she has to do this because all her friends are doing it and her friends peer pressured her into doing it when she really didn't want to do it and made her feel icky? It's a lot of ways to think about that kind of question when it comes to dating and love and liking someone and loving someone unconditional. So I'm just going down this list right here. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. Probably not that long. Maybe about 15 minutes, just answering questions. All right, here's another one. What is a good reason to break up with your girlfriend's toxic red flags? What is the reason is right there. This person, let me tell y'all something. When folks be asking me questions, the answer be in the question. The question is, what is a good reason to break up with your girlfriend's toxic red flags? So she toxic and she got the flags flagging. And you need a good reason. The reason is because she toxic and she full of red flags. That's your reason. And at the end of the day, think of it like a job. What is a job? A job could get rid of you because your eyelashes curl up at the end. A job could literally be like, I don't like the way you looked at me. Your shirt is white. We actually like blue shirts. You're fired. You can literally get let go for anything. And when we're talking about working and jobs and things of that nature. So when you're in a situation like this and you're dating someone who's it's not funny to be full of red flags, but it's funny to me that the answers are there and people still want to reach. They want to go gadget their arm and reach for a different reason to be at a situation that is toxic and filling their lives up with all the red flags, so much so you can't even step into the room because the red flags are pouring out of the room. So if you're in this situation and you're watching this right now, young lady, I'm here to tell you, let go of that toxicity, let go of them red flags, because there's nothing attractive about it. And if you're unsure about what you should do, then do this. You write down the pros and the cons. I think I borrowed that from Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married? The first one. Who had to write down the pros and the cons? When Janet's character was at the university, because the two girls came up there, the one who did the hairstylist, Tasha's character, and the other girl, Tyler Perry's wife, that came up to meet her, and Janet's character told them to write down the pros and cons of being with their dudes. And if the cons outweigh the pros and you already know what to do, I brought that from that. So what you want to do when you're in a situation, you feel like it's toxic and full of red flags, you got to sit down with yourself and you have to outweigh the good versus the not so good and decide, are you willing? Are you willing to receive this not so good behavior potentially for a lifetime? And or do you think and believe and know you are worthy of much more? Because at the end of the day, the decision is yours. You can ask your friends, you can ask your coworkers, you can ask Jesus what to do. However, your guts and your mindset and what you know you can handle and what you want to handle and what you don't want to put up with, you'll know it for sure. So people can give you advice every day, all day. You can come on here every time I go live. You can look at all my videos. However, at the end of the day, that's still, I'm not making that decision for you. At the end of the day, you still have to make that decision for yourself. So always listen to your gut and always listen to the red flags, because the red flags don't just turn into unred flags. They get redder, they shine brighter, and more of them seem to pop up like gremlins after midnight. All right, let's move on to the next one. If you're watching this, let me know where y'all from. Let me give me some likes up in here. Let me see who's on here. Whoever's on here, let me know where you're from. Give me some likes. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on YouTube, then go ahead and put it in the comments. All right. Ooh, this is a good one. Here's another question. What kills a long distance relationship fast? Keyword, the word of the life. I'm gonna say the word of the year. The word I use this word so much. If you watch me and if you're familiar with me, you already know the word that starts with a C, ends with an N. Communication. Communication. What kills a long distance relationship fast? The lack of communication. Miscommunication. Missing days from communicating. And speaking of that, sidebar. So I was in a group on Facebook or somewhere, and something came up to where talking every day. The conversation came up about talking every day. Me personally, if you're going to date me and what I teach my clients, because they agree to, all the clients I've taught so far and coached, they believe that a man should reach out to them every day, consistently, when they're dating and in a relationship. Well, I was in a group, and I feel like it was a Facebook group, and I was going back and forth with a few girls. Not back and forth, like, I don't go back and forth. Meaning we were engaging about it, expressing our opinions. And one of the girls was just like, I need my space. I can't be, or this might have been here on TikTok. She was just like, I need my space because I don't want no bugaboo. And I was like, where are we going with this? Like, what? Since when did a man who is pursuing you, actively showing you he wants to date you, calling you every day, texting you every day, when did that turn into a bugaboo? When you're interested, so it's reciprocated. We're not talking about no dude who been having a crush on you since 4th grade and now y'all 21 and he always had that crush, still had that crush. He awkward, you don't like him, you're not attracted to him, but he just don't get it. And he's steady trying to shoot his shot and you've been turning him down in the 4th grade. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a dude that you're attracted to. He's attracted to you. You've been on dates. He's letting you know openly, I'm trying to pursue you. I like you. What's good? And he's calling you every day. Why is that a bugaboo? How does that translate from being interested, assertive, to a bugaboo? Like, what is that? And then a lot of ladies also will say that I need my space. These are the same ladies who are sick of being single and sick of being at their house, on their couch, drinking wine. And then they meet a dude who is calling consistently, texting consistently, wanting to see them consistently, but they don't want it. You want space, and now he's a bugaboo. I need for someone to make that make sense, because it's like either you want to do or you don't, sis. Do you want to be in or do you want to be out? So what's the flip side of the coin? What's the alternative? Him being up, down, and all around, inconsistent, leaving you on red, falling asleep, saying his phone died, not picking up, hanging up in the middle of the phone call, rushing you off the phone, not barely texting, not barely talking, hitting you with what you doing every day. Like, what is the alternative? So either he's a bugaboo or he got to dog you out for you to be interested. Like, there is a problem there, and that is a problem that needs to be fixed with our women. So if you're in a long distance relationship and you're watching this, the number one killer of that is you never see each other. Two things: you never see each other. When you see each other, it went from every other weekend to every 2 weeks to every month, not every few months. That's not gonna work. You never see each other. And then number two, lack of communication, meaning you're not checking in with each other. You must talk every day. When you're in a long distance relationship, you must check in. That's how it keeps the boat afloat. When you communicate, communication specifically for long distance relationships is what's going to keep the boat afloat. And then you seal that deal in when seeing each other most days of the month, or as many days of the month as you can, and you rotate. You go there, she comes here. So that's how that goes. How long does a serious long distance relationship take before you meet each other? I'm guessing this person, they met offline. And if you've never seen each other and you decided to date, I did this one time in my life and it was not good. This was like 10 years ago. I met a guy on Twitter. I gotta sneeze, guys. Excuse me. I met him on Twitter, and I gotta sneeze again. And we had exchanged, so this has been so long ago. This was 10 years, over 10 years ago. We had exchanged so many pictures, and every picture, he looked different. He looked different in every single picture. And it's not like he was unattractive. He was not. He just looked different. And so I'm just like, what is this? This is weird. And even my friends was just like, why he look different in every picture? And I was like, I don't know. But I looked the same. I was the same person. And back then, 10 years ago, I wasn't doing Be Wiley. I didn't start Be Wiley until January of 2014. So it was a year after I met him. So he couldn't see me online because I wasn't on anything but maybe Facebook. And he claimed he didn't have Facebook. But the point is, where was I going with this? What is the question? What do you do when your long distance boyfriend doesn't make oh wait, that's another question. How long does a serious long distance relationship take before you meet each other? Back to that. Yeah, I get off a little bit. Well, anyway, so back to the story. So we had actually got into a relationship before we saw each other. So I remember it like it was yesterday. Us meeting for the first time. I didn't like his outfit. He had on, and I was getting off the train. It was late. It was like the train I used to take back to Arkansas. It was like super late. We get there in the middle of the night. So I was with my son. My son was really young back then. My son is 17 now. And so we're getting off the train. He had on like these long white socks. It just gave old man. He had on like these long white socks, basketball shorts, and a t-shirt. And he was a lot bigger than I thought. But it was fine. He wasn't just fat and sloppy. I'm not saying that. He was just the outfit. It was the outfit. And that's a whole nother story because I mentioned him in another video because I ended up upgrading his wardrobe because what he was wearing was not flattering for his figure because he had lost a lot of weight. But anyway, so what he had on wasn't flattering. It was just giving old, outdated man. And when I saw him, I was not attracted to him. And he didn't look like any of his pictures, and I was not attracted to him. And I've dated a guy that I have not been attracted to, and it went perfectly fine. It was one of the probably the most toxic best dating experiences I've ever had. That makes no sense, but that's a whole other story. But with this guy, it was just like, he looks nothing like his picture. He looks different. And I was just like, Ultimately, it didn't work out. Not because of what he looked like, but because he wasn't who he said he was. He was pretending to be someone and he was someone different. So it didn't work out. So if you're in a situation right now and you're dating, because online dating is popping, and you've met someone online and hopefully you video chat. Do that if you don't know nothing else. You got a video chat, and you got a video chat in the daylight, in the dark, in the light, when it's bad lighting, when you just woke up late at night, when you ain't had no sleep, when you done had too much to or eat. You just got to kind of catch these people at different times, because me personally, depending on what I eat, I can look old as hell. Like, and it's always under my eyes. It looks really aged under my eyes, depending on what I've eaten or what I've drank. It always either fills out my face down here. I'll be looking like Quagmire, or I'll be looking like hella old. up under my eyes. I see it all the time because I've been doing this for 10 years. So I'll go back and I'll look at my videos and I'll be like, damn, I look old, or damn, I look big as hell. And so even with the weight gain, it'll be like, big. And so I'm just saying, so if you're long distance and you have not met someone, you definitely want to get them on a video chat, and you want to see them as much as you can from whatever angle that you possibly can. We're talking about full body. I'm not telling them to take their clothes off. No, I'm just saying you want to see the full thing. Have them stand in the mirror, turn around, because you don't want to be surprised nor shocked when you meet someone. Now, when you're in a long distance thing and you're literally serious, both parties are serious and you're on board, I say meet each other as soon as possible. In 2 weeks, in a month, you really got to base it on yourself and how you feel and what your gut is telling you. And you always want to go somewhere public. You never want to be somewhere isolated alone. You want to go somewhere public where there are plenty of people around, plenty of people to see what's going on. Separate cars, of course, wherever you travel to. And you want to always let somebody know where you're at. You want to make sure he says who he is, who he says he is. Possibly even take a picture of his driver's license. He can do the same for you. And if he thinks that's weird, then hey, buddy, you're weird. Because we're meeting in person for the first time. And some people watching this may be like, well, that's too much. Well, then you're too much. Then you shouldn't be watching this video. So turn it off. But I'm saying, seriously, you want to be safe and you want to meet that person as sooner rather than later, because you don't want any what's the word I'm looking for, surprises. You don't want any surprises. So if you're watching this on TikTok live, I'm just answering questions right now, literally going down a list of questions. I'll probably do a couple more. I'm answering questions off of Quora, Quora.com. Be Wiley on there. If you want to ask me a question, just look me up, Be Wiley on Quora, and ask me a question. You don't even have to go there. You can actually just inbox me here on TikTok if you're watching me on TikTok. Or you can message me on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. Just drop me a line, ask me a question. I'll be glad to answer that for you. All my links are in my bio. I deactivated my Instagram. I don't do dating and communicating anymore on my Instagram for right now. If I'm on Instagram, I'm literally just talking about me and what I do in my personal life, which isn't like what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, silly stuff, stories. Nothing to do with my life coach stuff. So, but it's deactivated right now anyway, so I'm not even on there right now. But if you're watching this right now and you like this kind of content, feel free to like it and share it and subscribe, depending on where you're watching it from. Now, this other question, what do you do when your long distance boyfriend, another long distance, y'all be loving these long distance relationships. Me personally, I can't do it. What do you do when your long distance boyfriend doesn't make an effort in the relationship? You abort. Because how you gonna be in a relationship when one party is dragging their feet and or got their feet kicked up? That don't even make sense. So the first thing you do is address it. You address how you feel and you provide examples of his lackluster ways. What is he doing that is showing you he's not giving the effort? You must provide some receipts. And don't be this girl that think he's just supposed to bow down and roll down the red carpet and feed you and fan you with the leaf and feed you grapes. No, you have to let him know specifically why he is not giving effort, what effort looks like, and maybe what he used to do that he's not doing, what you would like for him to do that he hasn't done. He cannot read your mind. So the first thing is maybe he doesn't think he's not giving an effort. Maybe he does think he's going above and beyond. However, the first thing you do, you have that conversation. And you don't have that conversation, I say do that on like a video chat. Have like a date night over video chat, since this is long distance. And then you have that conversation with him face to face. Like I'm looking at you, he's looking at you too. You have that conversation face to face versus it being over the phone. You definitely don't have this conversation over text message. Let me tell y'all be trying to have these hardcore conversations over text messages. I don't believe in that. I'm going to pop up on you. I'm going to spring something on you if I have an issue with something. Not ignorant, not radical, not crazy, not rolling my neck, not yelling. Nope. You ain't going to see me coming. And then I'm just going to address it after I ask you, how was your day and how was dinner? Boom! Drop the bomb. What's really good? That's just me. That's how you get an honest, upfront, clear answer. When y'all try to go in this text message, that gives a person to, number one, not respond. Number two, to ponder, create, come up with an excuse, omit information, call their friends, his friends, create a story. Not all dudes, but I'm just saying the ones that's up to no good. Create the story, bury the dead body, A fake dead body. I'm not talking about a real dead body. The point is, when you try to do hardcore, real, solid communication issue, what am I trying to say here? When you're trying to do, have I eaten today? Let me take some water. Y'all, when I don't eat, my brain will scramble. What I'm trying to say is, I just ate some chicken nuggets. I had some chicken nuggets from Wendy's, some chicken nuggets and fries. The fries, the line was so long. I was in line for 30 minutes. I don't go do fast food unless my son wants to do it. And we picked this Burger King that's out the way and it doesn't have a long line. But I went to Wendy's today because I was desperate, because I was just like, I just need something quick. 30 minutes, and I pulled over to eat it. It was lackluster. The nuggets were really good, but the fries were eh. Anyway, so what, like I was saying, when you have to have a serious conversation, do not do that via text message, because there is no emotion. There is no tone. You don't know if this person is mad, sad, upset. You have nothing to work with but the words that are on your screen. So don't do that. You want to pick up that phone, have FaceTime if you can, because this is long distance. FaceTime is your friend. If they can't do FaceTime for whatever reasons, you're on the phone. They're not watching TV. They're not having their kids, dogs, pets, family members, friends over. They're not playing a game. They're literally listening to what you have to say. And then that's how you hash out your differences. And that's how you let them know how you feel about the efforts and or lack thereof that they're putting in the relationship. Y'all see how I reeled it back in? I be getting sidetracked, but I reel it back in. That's why I'm a professional, right? All right, let's see. We got one more question. I don't know how long I've been on here. Oh, this is a good one. Why does my boyfriend never take me on dates? Like, what? Why does my boyfriend never take me on dates? Well, if you're in a situation where you're dating someone and or if you're in a relationship with someone and he never takes you on dates, why don't you say, hey, you know what? We haven't been on a date in 5 weeks. So every Friday moving forward, that's going to be our date night. Just put it out there. Like maybe I don't know. If you're not going on dates, what exactly are you doing? Because I know that this is a trend when people are dating, but they're not dating. They're just going over to the house. You come to my house, I go to your house. That's not dating. Like, go out somewhere, and that doesn't mean a whole bunch of money. Y'all can go skating in the park. You can go walk some dogs. You can have a picnic in the park. You can go down and see. You can just get in the car and see some lights and just drive around great neighborhoods and look at lights. You can, what else? What I really want to do, guys, is go roller skating, like literally to the skating rink. And there's a skating rink out here that I was passing by one day, and I saw that they have adult skate night on Tuesday night. And I really want to go. I really want to go, but I'm just like, I have not skated. I can't tell you the last time I was skating, but I really want to go skating. So that's another thing. You can do that. What else can you do on a date? Like, don't make it this big thing. Like, going on a date, number one, is not going to cost you $10 million. Number two, get creative. Number three, if you're not dating and you want to date the dude that you're with, then bring it up. Say, hey, we ain't been out on a date in a while. So on Friday, on Thursday, on Wednesday, on Saturday, on Sunday after church, we want a brunch. Whatever it is, just put it out there and then go from there. And then if he's like, well, I don't feel like it, or why can't we just chill at the house? And then you got to then have a kind of a conversation like, I don't want to just sit in the house all the time. Why can't we get out and do something? Like, what's wrong with that? Then you want to have that kind of conversation, because I do think dating is healthy. You should want to go out in public and do fun things, no matter what it is. You could do anything outdoors, and it does not have to be about money, because some guys will make an excuse. Well, I ain't got the money. You know, it's the holidays. I don't have this. I don't have that. Did anybody say nothing about spending on money? You can literally go down and get some coffee, sir, or go get some tea, or get some lunch, 2 for $20. I mean, it is what it is. Don't make excuses. Like, make it happen. You got it? I think that's the last question I'm going to do. What is this? Something about marriage. What? Oh, listen to this one. This is the last one. What should I say when my boyfriend says, it's the audacity for me. What should I say when my boyfriend says, how should I punish you? Is he like, what is going on with these dudes? These dudes are buck wild. And it's like they buck wild because women are so desperate and thirsty and like a dog panting for a dude. Not all, a lot. How do I know? Because I used to be everything I'm describing. I used to have the hearts in my eyes. I used to be desperate AF. I used to be thirsty AF. I used to not know my worth. I used to be just out here in these streets like a chicken with his head cut off, just just running around the streets. Not knowing what to do, going after all the wrong dudes, entertaining the wrong dudes, just up, down, all around, honey. And then I got it together. And here is who she is today, which is not who I used to be. However, if a dude said to me, how should I punish you? Like, what do you think this is, fool? Like, ladies, you have to really think. When someone is talking to you at the side of their neck, you gotta, this is somebody's talking at the side of their neck. You gotta just say, what do you mean, sir? Like, who are you, sir? Are you my daddy? Are you my mommy? Like, I'm not understanding. What should I say when my boyfriend says, how should I punish you? You should say, take care. All right, guys, this is Coach B. Wiley. If you just tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. I got some hearts up there. If you like the video, like the video. Thank you for liking it on TikTok. Thank you for watching it here. I'm live. And then if you're watching it on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe as well. If you ever want me to answer your dating and or communicating question, feel free to drop me a line in my DM, my inbox, in the comments. My links are up there to where you can email me too. Outside of that, if you want to book a one-on-one with me, those are always available. I have my schedule. Go on the link, mymentor.life. Look me up, Coach B. Wiley, and we can talk about the things, honey. Outside of that, thank you again for watching. Is there anything else? Oh, my book. My book is in the link too. My book is on Barnes & Noble. So if you want to buy that book, Hello, My Name is Single, it's on there as well. Everything is on the links. So holla at your girl, and I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later.